Oh my god, I'm in the world of Risk of Rain 2!
Well, while I'm here, I might as well talk about Risk of Rain 2. It's a roguelike game where you have to fight through multiple levels and fight an insane amount of enemies and try to beat the final boss in one go. Wait, that's like every roguelike. Okay, hold on. Risk of Rain 2 is different, you see, because it's fun. To me, I don't really like roguelikes too much, I'm gonna be honest. It's not that I think they're bad games, far from it. I actually think games like Hades are perfect. But call me crazy, I don't like putting an hour of my life into a run of these games and then dying to the final boss just to be told to do it all over again.
For the 6th time in a row!
So why do you like Risk of Rain 2 and now the game's similar to it?
What was that?
Okay, yeah, so why do I like Risk of Rain 2 more than other roguelike games?
It's because this game takes place in space, baby! Well, that's not the whole reason, but it does play a large part of it. I love space as a setting for basically anything ever since I was a little lad playing games like Halo at the ripe age of 6. And you can make the argument that I shouldn't have been playing Halo at that age, but I don't think the wall is going to talk back. Space is so interesting to me because it's so huge and unexplored. You can really make any scenario up, and who's to say you're wrong? I'm basically just a huge fan of sci-fi. I can't help it, alright? Anyway, the story is pretty simple. You get a distress signal from a planet that is unknown to your captain, and you are tasked with finding whoever it was that sent that signal. In other words, just play the game and see if you can beat the final boss. You probably won't. Not on your first try at least, or fucking ever. I've only ever beaten him twice, and one of those times I had friends helping me, but that was like a year ago. I beat the final boss with the loader, by the way. She's the best character. No further questions, don't talk to me. I will not be answering. If you're going to want to get more lore and story, you're going to want to read up on the items and character descriptions you get throughout gameplay. And from what I remember of a YouTube lore video I listened to in the background a year ago while I was doing a school project, it's pretty interesting. But it's not necessary to enjoy the game at all.
So how does the game work exactly?
Show yourself!
Okay, well, the game allows you to play as different characters, all with different movesets and loadouts, so you can really play with them all and get a feel for who you like the most. I'm personally a bandit main, since I like that he has a shotgun. And he can turn invisible, which makes him run faster for a short period, and he does extra damage when he shoots from behind. He also has a revolver that can do a bunch of damage, and the more you kill with that revolver, the more damage stacks on top of it. And that's just one character. Nearly all the characters have some level of complexity. We've got your basic spaceman, a wizard, a bandit, a robot, a boxer, Shit, I don't have that character either. Okay, fine, I don't have all the characters, okay? You got me. Woo, Dick's a loser. Yeah, we know. But you know what? I like that I don't have all the characters yet, because it gives me a reason to keep playing the game and try to figure out how to find them and unlock them. And by figure it out, I mean look it up and never succeeding in unlocking them. It's fun! I'm not crazy. And each character has loadouts that you can customize too, and again, you have to unlock them. Now, some of these challenges you have to do to unlock the loadouts are pretty easy, while others are actual challenges and you have to be aware of what you're doing to complete them. All this to say that there is so much replay value in this game. It makes it so that even after you finally beat Mithrix, you want to do it all over again with a different character and see how far you can get. And even with the ability to change the loadouts of the characters, their moves are not the things you're actually going to be messing with the most. It's actually going to be the items that you pick up throughout the run. These items can truly make or break your run. I would say most of the items are a benefit, but look at me. Do I really look like the guy you want to take advice from? You pick up these items throughout the run by opening up chests that cost money, which you get from killing enemies. So the combat loop is instant. Kill enemies, get money, open chests, get items to become stronger, to kill more enemies. I like it. It's easy for my little brain to hook onto and go along with. In tribute to our dear NickynoBicky, I too have a goopy goblin gamer brain that likes to just look at pretty colors and not worry about a story sometimes. Please make more videos, Jakey. I miss you. Rom-com is like my favorite album. So, not only is the gameplay loop constantly running, but the items you're actually collecting make a huge, drastic difference to the gameplay. You'll start out by having a few items like, oh wow, this item makes me run faster when I'm out of combat, or hey, I can heal after killing an enemy, to if an enemy decides to be within 5 feet of me, I can do even more damage to them, and now I have an item that can make me do more damage to bosses, and with this shotgun I can melt them within seconds, and now I can randomly shoot missiles from my back, and sometimes when I kill an enemy, I have a chance of bringing their ghost from the dead to fight for me! I am God! And that's not even some of the craziest stuff that you can do! The game gets nuts with all the items working together at the same time that you might not be able to understand what is going on sometimes. Your computer might not even be able to know what to do. It might even explode. I've seen it happen to people. Look it up! At the end of the day, the items are the real things you're messing around with, and it's all luck too. You never know what you're gonna get. So if an item you don't like on a character you're playing as pops out, you don't even have to pick it up. No one's forcing you to do it, or you can pick it up and turn it into scrap and throw it into a 3D printer for an item you actually do want. And in the midst of chaos, all the choices you've made up to that point with what items you do or don't want are working together, and how you're the catalyst for making it all happen while you're running around just trying to survive, it's awesome. Or you can just stand there with a shield and turrets to do all your bidding as the engineer. Riveting gameplay. And with the introduction of the Survivors of the Void expansion, you get 2 more playable characters and even more items to mess with. I've heard some discourse over the items they introduced being like too overpowered or just not being fun to use, but I like them. I'm not putting too much thought into what I pick up, I'm just trying to go, you know? The expansion also adds more enemies, new locations, a new wave boast mode, ooh, you know I like that, and a new boss for you to fight, which I have yet to fight. I don't know how to get to him. I kinda like that though. A lot of the game is surrounded by mystery in terms of unlocking content, and I find it fun to discover it myself, or until I give up and I Google it. It's just genuinely so much fun. And the visuals, man, I mean,
Come on! That looks so good!
look, I know I mention the visuals in almost everything I talk about, but what can I say? I'm a visual guy, okay? I like art. Shoot me. The style this game goes for is very simplistic, but it can really blow you away. The skyboxes are so well detailed, and the environments you run through are so well designed and distinct from each other. And I think that's the most important thing. There's not one map that I feel like I've been here before. Each map has a distinct look and feel about it, even if they share the same styles or weather. These maps are not procedurally generated either. They're handcrafted, and that allows the player to really get a sense of where they are and the best path to take mid-fight, which is a big deal in this game because holy shit, the fights can get crazy. At a certain point, the visual effects can get really insane, and it can be hard to understand what's going on. But that's kind of like the best part, man. I don't know, I get like in this trance-like state when I play the game. It feels like a visual representation of how my mind looks, so I don't know, maybe that's why I'm like comfortable here. Risk of Rain 2 is virtually endlessly replayable. But if you do get bored at some point, don't laugh. Modding support! Risk of Rain 2 made the correct choice of letting people mod their game without some bullshit like Denuvo to ruin it for everyone. The modding community for Risk of Rain 2 is absolutely insane. We've got people making characters, not skin swaps, but actual characters that you can play as with their own movesets. Some are simpler than others, but that's the beauty of it all. You can be like me and stick to the simple characters because my brain is small and I can't understand what all of this is, or you can dedicate the time to learn the ins and outs of a character someone out there made because of the love that they have for this game. People also add maps, items, difficulties, and even enemies from other games into this one. It's so cool and adds even more replayability to a game I would have been fine with never modding. And that's pretty much everything. Oh, come on. You didn't really think I wasn't gonna mention the music, right?
I don't have much to say about the music other than it's some of the best music I've ever heard. Not just video game music, but music. It's what I've been using this entire video. It's so good. I mean, take a listen. This entire album is absolutely amazing, and every song is a masterpiece. But some of the songs on here make me feel like I can do anything. I'm no music guy. I mean, check out my playlist and there's no consistency. I have horrible taste and I listen to anything. But objectively, this music is amazing and I will not be arguing with anybody about it. If you disagree, I'm sure the wall would love your company. So that's basically everything I like about the game. It doesn't have a grand story or characters that change or grow, but sometimes you just want to play an action-packed game alone or with some buddies and not have to worry about a story. And while I still love games that do have a lot of cutscenes and make me listen and watch everything that's going on and has a lot of story, I've been getting more and more into games that prioritize gameplay and function. Not that these games are going to replace the story-based ones that I love and adore so much, but I am glad that I have been treading into new waters and playing new genres that I didn't think I would enjoy as much. I mean, I didn't like horror games until fairly recently. You can check out my Resident Evil videos and you'll see that I hated horror and I hated roguelikes, but maybe I kind of like them now? I'm not really sure. I'm still not super into Hades or Enter the Gungeon, but I appreciate them more than I ever have before. And I understand the appeal of them a lot more now because of Risk of Rain. I understand now that roguelike games fulfill a desire to play something that has an endless loop of satisfaction and fun while still having to think about every move and decision that you make because you never know when your run might end. It's nerve-wracking, it's fun, it's adrenaline pumping. And when it comes to Risk of Rain 2, I know a reason why I like it so much compared to the other games. It's because of all the characters and all the loadouts, but mostly because when I die to the final boss or to a random fucking enemy, it instantly kicks me back to the character selection screen, just nudging me to play again, try a different person. You never know what's gonna happen. By the way, I just wanted to mention the UI in this game is so good, it's so quick and clean and efficient. I just wanted to point that out because I don't think that people talk about it enough and it goes underappreciated. You can tell the team behind this game are extremely passionate about making a fun game at its core, and it really shows. With the Seekers of the Storm expansion coming soon, I'm super excited to see what they could do with it and how it's all gonna turn out. If it's anything like the previous stuff, it's gonna be a fucking banger, dude. I became a fucking surfer dude at the end there. What was that? I still don't know how to get back home. Well, I'm just glad you enjoy the game.
Wait a second, you're the one who's been talking to me the whole time. Oh yeah, I've been listening to you ramble ever since you got here.
Oh, cool. Cool, I guess. Thanks.
So, do you know how to get out of here? Oh no, I'm just a figment of your imagination.
So I really am stuck here. Oh, well, you're pretty cute when you're not trying to kill me.